Whole sports all plays. Yeah. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Yeah. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you to the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Network. We on top of our game. Whole sports all plays.
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Easy Money, a sports betting show. Thursday, May 5th, 2022. Got a pretty good show for you guys today. We're going to break down the pretty good show for you guys today. All right, just wanted to check our sound real quick. No, got a good show. We're going to break down today's slate of MLB games. Then we're going to talk some UFC 274 as well. First, we'll jump right into today's Major League Baseball games. There is no NBA games today. We will take a quick look at tomorrow's games, but we'll talk a lot, go in more depth on them games tomorrow. Okay, in the NBA, no games tonight. Tomorrow you have game 3 between the Miami Heat and the Philadelphia 76ers. The Heat are up 2-0 in this series as they're going back to Philly. The Heat are a 1-point favorite right now at minus 118 on the money line. The Sixers are even money on the money line. Over-under for this game is at 210.5. From all the reports I hear, it looks like Embiid might miss this game as well. Hopefully he'll be back for this game. The Sixers need him bad. Without him, I don't think they have much of a chance to beat the Heat. Also tomorrow you have game 3 of the Phoenix Suns at the Dallas Mavericks. The Suns have looked dominant in this series. Luke has been playing his ass off, but nobody's really joined the party with him. He just don't have enough help around him against this deep Suns team. This game's almost a pick-em-o going back to Dallas. Suns are up 2-0. Suns are minus 108 on the money line, and the Mavericks are minus 110 on the money line. So game's they basically have this game as a pick-em. I like the Suns in this game. I just think they have too much depth for the Mavs. Mavs just don't have enough offense to be able to keep up with the Suns. Then on Saturday, we start back up with the Celtics and the Bucks, game 3, as this series moves to Milwaukee. The Bucks blew the Celtics out in the first game. Second game, that flip-flop, Celtics blew the Bucks out, controlled the whole game. The Bucks are 2.5-point favorites at home, minus 142 on the money line. Celtics are plus 120 on the money line. Over-under for this game's at 213. I still like the Bucks in this series. I think the Bucks is going to take their first game here in Milwaukee. But like I said, we'll talk a lot more about these games tomorrow. We'll get in more depth. And then also on Saturday, you have game 3 of Memphis and the Golden Grizzlies and the Golden State Warriors. This is looking to be like it's going to be a real competitive series. Warriors won game 1, kind of stalled at the end, won by 1 point. Grizzlies win game 2 off another outstanding performance by John Morant. But now they're going to Golden State. Golden State's 7-point favorites at home, minus 290 on the money line. The Grizzlies are plus 235 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 225.5. I think the Warriors are going to win this game, but I think 7 points is too many points. I think all the games this series are going to be close. So I lean, as of right now, I would lean toward the Grizzlies at the plus 7, just because 7 points is too many points. And I would lean toward the over the 225.5. But like I said, I'll give out our official picks on these games tomorrow. But tonight on real live sports you have is Major League Baseball. So let's jump right into that. We have some games going on right now. You have the Los Angeles Angels and the Boston Red Sox are playing right now. That game is still 0-0 in the 7th inning. If you like doing live betting, you can get the Angels at Angels are 1.5 run favorites right now, but you can get that at plus 240 juice. The Angels are minus 118 on the money line. Red Sox are minus 108 on the money line. Over-unders at 2.5 runs. Again, that game is 0-0 in the 7th inning. Other game you have going on right now is the Cincinnati Reds at the Milwaukee Brewers. The Brewers are up 8-5 in the 5th inning. I've been watching this game. Brewers have scored basically every inning. Reds have scored the last couple innings to chew into that lead. Right now, the Brewers are 3.5 run favorites. They're minus 3,000 on the money line. You get the Reds at plus 1,400 on the money line. Over-under for this game is at 16.5 runs. The way the Reds has been pitching right now, that wouldn't surprise me. Both teams, the Brewers have 9 hits. The Reds have 7 hits. So both teams are hitting the ball. Neither pitching staff has been real sharp today. Reds have just changed pitchers for the 3rd time, bringing in Santillan. But then the other game you got going on right now is the Washington Nationals at the Colorado Rockies. This game just started. It's in the 1st inning, and the Nationals have already scored 2 runs to take a 2-0 lead. The Rockies were favorites going into this game. Now they are plus 118 on the money line. Nationals are minus 150 on the money line, and over-under for this game is at 12. The Nationals are 9-17 on the season. They're 6-6 on the road. I actually picked the Rockies to win this game. Was one of the games I would have picked if we would have been on earlier. I thought the Rockies would win this game. They had the better starting pitcher on the mound, but the Nationals have got off to a good start. All right. So next game starts at 6:11 p.m. Eastern. It's the Toronto Blue Jays at the Cleveland Guardians. The Blue Jays are minus 1.5 on the run line, minus 158 money line. The Guardians are plus 134 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 7.5 runs. On the mound for the Blue Jays is Barrios. On the mound for the Guardians, you have Savali. I like the Guardians here at home. Blue Jays have got off to a good start to the season. But I like Savali on the mound. Barrios has struggled a little bit. I'm going to go with the Guardians at home at the plus 134 on the money line. Next game we have the New York Mets at the Philadelphia Phillies. The Phillies are 1.5 run favorites. They're minus 168 on the money line. The Mets are plus 142 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 8.5. Excuse me, set at 8.5 runs. The Mets are 18-9 on the season. They are 6-4 over the last 10 games. They are 9-4 on the road this season. They're averaging 9 hits a game, which is second in Major League Baseball. They're going to have Walker on the mound tonight. He is 0-0 with a 0.00 ERA. He has 5 strikeouts through 7 innings of work. The Mets are 4-2 versus the Phillies this season. The Phillies are 11-13 on the season, 5-5 over their last 10, 8-6 at home this season. They're going to have Nola on the mound. Nola is 1-3 on the season with a 3.90 ERA. He has 34 strikeouts and 5 walks in 27 innings. The Phillies average 4.5 runs per game, which is 5th in Major League Baseball. I like the Mets in this game. Walker has pitched solid. The Mets, like I said, Mets have looked good this year. They're 18-9. They're leading the league in hits. They're averaging 9 hits a game. I think they have the advantage on the pitching mound tonight, so I'm going with the Mets here at the plus 142 on the money line. Next game we have in Major League Baseball is the Minnesota Twins out the Baltimore Orioles. This game starts at 7:06 p.m. Eastern Time. The Twins are 1.5 run favorites. On the run line, they're minus 148 on the money line. Orioles are plus 126 on the money line. Over under for this game is 8.5 runs. The Twins are 15-9 on the season. They are 7-5 on the road. They're hitting .234 as a team. They're going to have Archer on the mound, who is 0-0 with a 2.93 ERA on the season, with 14 strikeouts and 9 walks. So he has struggled with some control. That's through 15 innings. So he has 9 walks and 15 innings of work. The Orioles are 8-16 on the season. They are 5-6 at home. They're hitting .215 as a team. So neither one of these teams have been good offensively this season. Watkins is on the mound for the Orioles. He is 0-0 with a 2.55 ERA. He has 8 strikeouts and 9 walks in 17 innings. So both these pitchers have struggled with some control. I like the Twins in this game on the money line, and I also like the under the 8.5 runs. All right, next game we have is the Detroit Tigers at the Houston Astros. The Astros are 1.5 run favorites. They are minus 156 on the money line. The Tigers are plus 132 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 8. This game starts at 8:11 p.m. Eastern Time. The Tigers are 8-14 on the season. They are 3-6 on the road. They are hitting .232 as a team. Skubal is going to be on the mound for the Tigers. He is 1-2 on the season with a 3.05 ERA, with 20 strikeouts and 3 walks to his credit in 20 innings. The Astros are 14-11. They are 5-4 at home. They're hitting .219 as a team. You have Urquidy on the mound at 2-1 on the season with a 5.95 ERA, with 13 strikeouts and 3 walks to his credit in 19 innings of work. I like the Tigers here as the underdogs on the road. The Astros just haven't been hitting the ball at all. I actually thought the Tigers would get off to a faster start than they have this season. But I think with Skubal on the mound tonight, I think the Tigers take this game. I like the Tigers on the money line. Next game is the Miami Marlins at the San Diego Padres. The Marlins are 1.5, or this game starts at 9:41 p.m. Eastern Time. The Marlins are 1.5 run favorites. They are minus 110 on the money line. The Padres are minus 106 on the money line. Over under for this game is set at 7.5 runs. The Marlins have a team ERA of 3.44. They're hitting .234 as a team, and they are 1-4 of the last 5 games. They're going to have Alcantara on the mound tonight, who is 2-1 on the season with a 2.90 ERA. He has 26 strikeouts to his credit. The Marlins are led hitting wise by Machado, who's hitting 380. The Padres have a team ERA of 3.34. The Padres are hitting 223 as a team. They are 4-1 over their last 5 games. They're going to have Yu Darvish on the mound tonight, who is 2-1 on the season with a 1.42 ERA. He has 19 strikeouts in 10 innings. And they are led hitting wise by Profar, who's hitting at a 400 average, who's just been pounding the ball. I like the Padres here at the minus 106 on the money line at home with Darvish on the mound. Next game is the Tampa Bay Rays at the Seattle Mariners. This game starts at 9:41 p.m. Eastern Time. The Rays are 1.5 run favorites. They are minus 138 on the money line. The Mariners are plus 118 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 7 runs. As a team, the Rays have an ERA of 3.40. They're hitting 2.47 as a team. They are 3-2 over their last 5 games. They're going to have McClanahan on the mound, who has a 3.00 ERA with 42 strikeouts. He's given up 20 hits in 27 innings. The Mariners have a team ERA of 3.48. They're hitting 231 as a team. They are 1-4 over their last 5 games. They're going to have Ray on the mound. He has a 4.15 ERA with 26 strikeouts and has allowed 26 hits in 30 innings. I like the Rays in this game just because I feel like they have the better offense, and they have the better pitcher on the mound tonight. So I'm going with the Rays on the money line for this game. Then last game we have tonight is the St. Louis Cardinals at the San Francisco Giants. This game starts at 9:46 p.m. Eastern. The Giants are 1.5 run favorites. They are minus 136 on the money line. The Cardinals are plus 116 on the money line. Over-under for this game is set at 7. The Cardinals are 2-3 over their last 5, and they are 7-5 on the road this season. McCullers is going to be on the mound. He is 1-1 with a 1.52 ERA with 25 strikeouts and 4 walks. The Giants are 14-9. They've lost 4 of their last 5. They are 6-5 at home this season. They will have Webb on the mound tonight, who is 3-1 on the season with a 3.26 ERA with 20 strikeouts and 6 walks to his credit. The Giants have been hitting 235 as a team. I think it's going to be a real close game. I like the Cardinals just because of the starting pitching matchup. And I think you're getting good value at getting them at plus money. And the Giants have been struggling here as of late. So I like the Cardinals on the money line here as underdogs. All right, that is all the Major League Baseball games today. Now we're going to talk some UFC 274. Actually going to replay a video from yesterday where we broke down all the UFC, the full card of UFC 274 for this weekend. We'll play that for you guys, then I'll come back and give you guys my picks of the day. So enjoy this short commercial here, and then we'll be talking UFC 274 full card preview and predictions, and then I'll come back afterwards and give you guys out my picks of the day for Major League Baseball.
Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays. 365, we making a plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. Whole sports all plays. All sports all plays, network. We on top of our game. All sports all plays. All sports all plays.
All right, welcome back to the show. Now we're going to jump into the UFC 274. We'll start with the prelims, and then we'll work our way up to the main card. First fight in the prelims, you're going to have Fernie Garcia against Journey Newson. Garcia is a minus 158 favorite. Newson is a plus 128 underdog in this fight. Garcia is 30 years old. This is going to be his UFC debut. He's 10-1 in MMA. He has real solid boxing, able to put good combos together to the body. He has 6 wins by decision, 1 win by TKO or KO, and 3 wins by submission, and he is 5-0 over his last 5 fights. Newson is 33 years old. He's 9-3. He is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, has good power, decent wrestling, but he hasn't used his wrestling much in the UFC. He has 3 wins by decision, 3 wins by knockout or TKO, and 3 wins by submission. He is 1-3-0 with 1 no contest over his last 5. He lost his last fight by TKO to Costa. Garcia has some jiu-jitsu as well. He's not a black belt. I think he's a purple belt. I think Garcia wins this fight. I think his boxing, his striking is going to be too much, and Newson's takedown defense is what worries me. Garcia is not bad on the ground either, and I can see Garcia taking this down and getting ground and pound in. But with his boxing on his feet, I like Garcia at the minus 158 on the money line. Next fight in the prelims, we have Ariane Carmelosi against Lupita Godinez. Godinez is a minus 176 favorite. Carmelosi is a plus 142 underdog. Carmelosi is 14-2, 2-fight win streak, good wrestling, good striking as well, pretty well-balanced fighter, and has good power in her hands. She has 3 wins by decision, 9 wins by knockout, and 2 wins by submission. Godinez is 28 years old, is 7-2, has great grappling, good defense off her back, has good striking and high volume. She has 5 wins by decision, 0 wins by knockout, 2 wins by submission. She's a real well-rounded fighter. I like Godinez in this fight. I think Godinez is going to be able to get this fight to the ground and be able to use her wrestling to her advantage. I think they're pretty even strikers on their feet. Carmelosi has more power. That would be the only thing that would worry me in this fight is if Carmelosi can land a big shot and stun Godinez. But I like Godinez at the minus 176 on the money line. All right. Our next fight on the prelims is CJ Vergara against Clayton Rodriguez. Rodriguez is a minus 355 favorite. Vergara is a plus 270 underdog. Vergara is 30 years old, 9-3-1. Well-rounded fighter, has good wrestling, 3 wins by decision, 6 wins by knockout, and is 4-1 over his last 5. Rodriguez is 26 years old. He's making his UFC debut. He is 7-1 in MMA. He has good boxing, good kicks, high volume. He has 2 wins by decision, 4 wins by knockout or TKO, 1 win by submission. He's 5-0 over his last 5. He also has real good cardio. I think it's going to be a good fight. I can see Vergara pulling this off because Vergara usually gets better as the fight goes on. He can struggle in the first round and then in the second and third really pick it up. But I think Rodriguez's boxing and the stand-up game is just going to be too much for Vergara. If Vergara can get this fight on the ground, I think he'll have some success. But I like the favorite here, Rodriguez at the minus 355 on the money line. I'd probably use that in a parlay or maybe even look and do some a prop bet or something like probably a double chance where you can pick 2 ways that he'll win. Next fight is Andre Fayalo against Cameron Van Camp. Fayalo is a minus 355 favorite. Van Camp is a plus 270 underdog. Fayalo is 28 years old, has great power, Striking defense questionable. That's one thing that does kind of worry me about him. He'll move forward and throwing a lot, but he also gets hit a lot. He's 15-4, 2-0 in the UFC, 4-1 over his last 5. He won his last fight by TKO over Baeza. He has 2 losses by decision and 2 losses by knockout. He did fight 2 weeks ago. He has 2 wins by decision, 12 wins by knockout, and 1 win by submission. So he has good power in his hands. Van Camp is 29 years old, 15-5-1, 4-1 over his last 5. Well-balanced fighter, has good grappling, decent striking, 2 wins by decision, 4 wins by knockout or TKO, and 9 wins by submission. I think this will be a good fight, but I like Fayalo here. He's going to carry over his momentum from his fight a couple weeks ago. I think him on the feet is just going to be too much for Van Camp, and I think his takedown defense will be good enough to keep this fight on their feet. Next fight we have is Melissa Gatto against Tracy Cortez. Gatto is a plus 134 underdog. Cortez is a minus 164 favorite. Cortez is 28 years old, 9-1. She's 5-0 over her last 5. Has great wrestling. Struggles off her back. She's good offensive wrestling, not very good defensively. 7 wins by decision, 1 win by knockout or TKO, 1 win by submission. Gatto is 8-0. She has good striking, great grappling, pretty good power, awesome submission. You don't want to get on the ground with Gatto. If she gets you on the ground, she's probably going to finish the fight. She's going to have a 3.5-inch reach advantage in this fight, 2 wins by decision, 2 wins by knockout, and 4 wins by submission. She's 4-0 and 1 over her last 5. I think her grappling and submissions are going to be the difference in this fight. I like the underdog Gatto at the plus 134 on the money line. Next fight we have is Danny Roberts against Francisco Trinado. This fight's basically a pick'em. Both fighters are at minus 110 on the money line. This is going to be a fun fight to watch. Roberts is 34 years old. He's 18-5, 3-2 over his last 5 fights. He's going to have a 4-inch reach advantage in this fight. 5 wins by decision. He has 8 wins by knockout and 5 wins by submission. Trinado is 43 years old, 27-8. Great wrestling, great grappling, pretty good striker as well. Has a lot of power in his hands. He has 13 wins by decision, 9 wins by knockout, 5 wins by submission. He is 4-1 over his last 5. I like Francisco Trinado in this fight. I think his wrestling and grappling is going to be the difference in this fight. I think he's going to be able to take Roberts down and really land some ground and pound on him. So I like Francisco Trinado at the minus 110 on the money line. Next fight is Bagoy Ivanov against Marcos Rogero. Ivanov is a minus 154 favorite. Rogero is a plus 126 underdog. Ivanov is 18-4, has not fought in 2 years, has good striking, good grappling, 6 wins by decision, 6 wins by knockout or TKO, 6 wins by submission as well. 2-3 over his last 5. Rogero de Lima is 19-7-1, has great striking, doesn't have hardly any grappling at all. So if this fight goes to the ground, I would say he's in pretty much trouble. He's 3-2 over his last 5. He is on a 2-fight win streak. He'll have a 2-inch reach advantage in this fight. I like Ivanov here. I think his grappling is going to be the difference. I think he's going to be able to get de Lima down and be able to use his ground and pound. So I like Ivanov at the minus 154 on the money line. Next fight in the prelims is Brandon Royval against Matt Schnell. Royval is a Royval is a minus 280 favorite. Schnell is a plus 220 underdog. Royval is 29 years old, 13-6 overall, has good striking, good grappling, and also has good power in his hands. Schnell is 15-6, has great grappling, decent striking. He's a well-rounded fighter. The question that I have with Schnell is his chin. He does not take big shots very well, and I think Royvale's dangerous with his power. So I like Royvale in this fight. Then we have Macy Chasson against Norma Dumont. Chasson is a plus 198 underdog. Dumont is a minus 250 favorite. Chasson is 30 years old, 8-2, good striking. Takedown defense is questionable. And I think that's going to be a big problem in this fight is her takedown defense. She's 3-2 over her last 5. She will have a 5-inch reach advantage in this fight. Dumont is 7-1. She's on a 3-fight win streak, has great grappling, good submission. And her striking's not bad. Her striking has been improving and has looked better each fight that I've seen her fight. She has 5 wins by decision, 2 wins by submission, and 4-1 over her last 5. I like Norma Dumont here to continue her winning ways. She's on a 3-fight win streak. I look forward to make it 4. I'm taking Norma Dumont at the minus 250. And then in our last fight of the prelims, you have Chaos Williams against Randy Brown. Williams is 28 years old. Excuse me, I'm moving ahead of myself. This fight's a pick 'em. Both fighters at minus 110 on the money line. Williams is 13-2, good power, decent grappling. His cardio is questionable. Brown is 31 years old, 14-4. His takedown defense is questionable, and he don't check leg kicks, but he's a well-balanced fighter. This is going to be a good fight. Brown has better cardio. Brown's the more skilled fighter, but Williams has that power where one shot can end this fight. But I'm gonna go with Brown. I think he's going to be able to he's not going to have to worry about his grappling as much. I think he's going to be able to pick Williams apart some on their feet and avoid that big shot. So I'm going to go with Brown at the minus 110 on the money line. All right, now let's get ready to move over to the main card. The main card for UFC 274 is a stacked card. Going to be a bunch of good fights. Going to be a lot of fun fights to watch. First fight on the main card, you have one of my favorites, Cowboy Donald Cerrone versus Joe Lazone. Cerrone's a minus 178 favorite. Lazone's a plus 144 underdog. Cerrone's 39 years old. He's not the same fighter as he used to be. I'm a big fan of his, but I'll admit that he's been going on the decline now. But he's fought over 50 fights. He's 36-16. He's 0-4 with 1, no contest over his last 5, but they've all been against top competition. He hasn't fought at 155 in 6 years, so the weight cut kind of worries me in this fight. He has a 2-inch reach advantage, 9 wins by decision, 10 wins by knockout or TKO, or 17 wins by submission. Then you have Joe Lazone, who's another veteran. He's 37 years old, 28-16, 2-3 over his last 5. He has 2 wins by decision, 9 wins by KO or TKO, 17 wins by submission. I like Cerrone here. I see more ways that Cerrone can hurt Lazone than Lazone hurting Cerrone. Lazone don't have great power. I like Cowboy Cerrone here at the minus 178 on the money line. All right. Next fight on the main card, you have Marcio Rua against OSP Ovent St. Preux. OSP is a minus 250 favorite. Rua is a plus 198 underdog. Rua is 40 years old, 27-12-1, 2-2-1 over his last 5. St. Preux beat Rua by TKO at UFC Fight Night 56, but cleared back in 2014. So this is a rematch that a lot of people have been waiting on. St. Preux is 25-16. He's going to have a 4-inch reach advantage in this fight. He has 5 wins by decision, 11 wins by knockout or TKO. I just see more ways St. Preux is going to win this fight than Rua. So I'm going with OSP at the minus 250 on the money line. Then we have another banger here in the UFC 274 main card, as you have Michael Chandler against Tony Ferguson. Chandler's a minus 385 favorite. Ferguson's a plus 290 underdog. Uh, both these guys are awesome fighters. Ferguson Tamio has been on his way on the decline. He's looked kind of old his last couple fights. He's 2-3 over his last 5. He just hasn't been able to take the hits that he used to be able to take, and that's just accumulated from his style of fighting. He takes a lot of damage. He gives out a lot of damage, but he takes a lot of damage. Chandler has good power, decent striking, great wrestling. He's 3-2 over his last 5. I think it's going to be a real good fight. I like Chandler in this fight. I just think he's still more in his prime than what Ferguson is, and I think Ferguson's going to struggle with keeping this fight on their feet. Then in the co-main event of the evening, you have Rose Namajunas against Carla Esparza. Namajunas is a minus 220 favorite. Esparza is a plus 176 underdog. Namajunas is 12-4, 4-1 over her last 5. Has great striking. Her striking's really improved. Good power. She has 2-inch reach advantage. She has good grappling as well. You have to watch her on her submissions. Esparza has great grappling. Her striking, she just don't look comfortable on her feet, and I think that's going to be the difference in this fight. I don't think she's going to be able to take Namajunas down and just control Namajunas on the ground. And Esparza is not comfortable striking at all. Namajunas is going to be the better striker. I like Rose in this fight at the minus 220 on the money line. And then in the main event of the evening, I think this is going to be a great fight. You have the champion Charles Oliveira against Justin Gaethje. Oliveira is a minus 188 favorite. Gaethje's a plus 152 underdog. Oliveira is 32-8. Good striking, has good wrestling, 5-0, 4-inch reach advantage, has a good chin. I mean, we've seen this dude take some shots, get knocked down, be able to recover and come back and still be effective. He has 20 wins by submission. But Gaethje ain't no slouch either. This is going to be a good fight here. Gaethje's 23-3. He's 6-3 in the UFC. He has good striking, also has good wrestling. 4-1 over his last 5. The biggest weakness with him is he's not very good off his back. So if he gets taken down and gets on his back against Oliveira, could be in trouble. He has good leg kicks. I think Gaethje's power and his striking is going to give Oliveira some trouble. I think it's going to be a real good fight, but I'm going with Gaethje at the plus 152 on the money line. I think Gaethje is going to get the belt Saturday night. I think it's going to be a great card. We will be doing a live watch along on the Godzo Sports Room Network on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch for UFC 274. I'll be putting out a graphic on exactly what time that'll start. Probably start around 7 because I think that's when the prelims start. But we'll be doing a live watch along. So come join us. Come join us for that. We'll just be talking fights. Hopefully get other people's opinions and stuff. So
get ready. This summer, the Arena League Sports is on ASAP Network. Tune in live on either the Tiki Live or Roku app, as well as your smart home TV.
all right, welcome back to the show. Hope you guys enjoyed the UFC picks, preview, and predictions. I'll have that video out on all of our social media stuff here soon, where more people can see it as well. But all right, let's jump right into my picks of the day before we get out of here. Major League Baseball tonight, I like the New York Mets money line over the Phillies. I like the Minnesota Twins money line over the Orioles. I also like the under the 8.5 runs in that game. I like the Detroit Tigers money line over the Astros. The Padres money line over the Marlins. The Tampa Bay Rays money lines over the Mariners, and the St. Louis Cardinals money line over the San Francisco Giants. So my picks for today are Mets money line, Twins money line, under the 8.5 in the Twins-Orioles game. Tigers money line, Padres money line, Rays money line, and Cardinals money line. I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Quick score update. Reds are still down 8-5, top of the 7th, versus the Brewers. Looks like the Reds might lose like their 21st straight game. They're not been good at all this year, but I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Don't forget, we're live Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern, on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch at Gonzo Sports Room, or also on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, on the ASAP All Sports All Play Sports Network. Make sure you like and subscribe to both networks, the GSR and the ASAP Sports. If you're looking for a new network to watch, ASAP Sports has a lot of good analysts on there, great shows. They basically have live shows from like 9, 10 in the morning to midnight every day. So make sure you go check them out. Also, GSR, check us out. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room. That's where I post all the information about our shows. We're also live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday night at 11 p.m. Eastern with GSR Gonzo Sports Room, our sports talk show. We also have a pro wrestling podcast, GWR Gonzo's Wrestling Room. We also cover a lot of live independent wrestling. If you're a pro wrestling fan, go check out our YouTube page. There's a lot of independent wrestling content on there. We have some videos of Rikishi on there, the Boogeyman, Rock and Roll Express, Ace Austin, a lot of different wrestlers and stuff. So go check out. Whether you're a UFC fan, WWE fan, baseball, basketball, NFL, there's something for everybody on our pages. So go check those out. I want to thank everybody for watching. We will see you guys tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern. Everybody be safe.
All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making a plays. We talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety, topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays. Network. All sports, all plays. Network.